Okay, so this is Industry, which is an economic game. There's a lot of bidding involved. Uh, it's going to be something where you go through 5 different eras, buying factories and resources and technologies, and it's something where you're going to want to develop a plan ahead of time of where you're hoping your network of factories is going to go, because factories that are connected by roads and rivers and trains and power lines earn more points. So you're making an investment in your current situation, hoping that that investment's going to pay off in the future. It's designed by Michael Schacht, a guy who made Coloretto, Zularetto, China, Hansa. Is this game like any of those I just mentioned? No. But we're going to set it up for you and show you how it works. So here's all the things you're going to find in your copy of Industry. You're going to have this decent-sized game board here. You're going to have a bag, which you're going to put these column tokens into. You're going to have subsidy tokens, which are going to be used if you need to take out a loan at any point during the game. You're going to have your money. You got your 4 player colors, and these are joker tokens, which for setup of the game, you're going to take and put them on their respective spots on the board. And that will be most of the setup. You're also going to want to deal each player $4 or dollars, and give somebody a start player token, and the other one's going to go up here to mark what era you are currently in. Oh, and give someone all of the tokens in their player color. And that's going to be it for setup. The game also has this sort of reference sheet. Mostly what you could use it for is it highlights what factories are connected by roads in these colors here. And then on the flip side, it tells you what the name is of all the buildings and technologies in the game. And it shows you these technology trees that are connected over here. So this is just kind of a graphical reminder for what's going on the board that you can pass around. Okay, so like I said, you're going to start up and make sure that everybody has their tokens in their color, $4 from the bank, and I'm going to be the start player here. The game is divided into 5 eras, which are made up of individual rounds that each consist of 5 phases. Each era is represented by a row of fields on this board, ranging from A to L. You've got technologies over here. You've got your factories all in this region. You've got bonus fields here that give you end-game scoring bonuses, and then you've got resources that you can bid on here in these columns. So, first things first, phase 1 of every round, you're going to do income, where everybody just gets a coin. So give everybody a coin. And then you move on to phase 2, where you're going to be drawing column tokens from the bag. At the start of the game, you're going to put all of the A through L tokens in this black bag, and you will draw out a number of tokens equal to the number of people playing the game. So for this example, I'm doing a 3-player game. So maybe 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I got E, B, and G. You will take these letters and set them at the top of their respective columns so that everybody knows what we're going to be potentially bidding on. And I'll mention now that for most of the game, you are drawing a number of tokens equal to the number of players in the game. Eras 4 and 5 change based on the number of players you have, and the rules tell you what those are. Just keep that in mind when you're playing the game, that later in the game, the number of tokens you draw could change, depending on the number of people you're playing with. Okay, so phase 2 is drawing those tokens out of the bag. So now we've got 3 things that are going to be up for auction, and that's what phase 3 is. Now, the bidding in this game is interesting. What's going to happen is the starting player, the guy with this token, is the auctioneer, and he's going to choose one of these things that has a letter over it to auction off. Let's do E, because that one's pretty straightforward. So what's going to happen is every player, starting with the person to the left of the auctioneer, now has 1 chance to either bid or pass. And you can't bid more dollars than you have. You have to bid higher than the previous bid. Once it comes back around to the auctioneer, they have really 3 options. First, they can let the high bidder have that thing that they're auctioning off. The high bidder will pay their whole bid to the auctioneer, and that person will claim that thing. They'll put a token on it to show that they've claimed it. Remove this letter to show it's no longer up for auction. And the auctioneer will choose another of the remaining tokens to auction off. You can win multiple things in a round, so just because this player won this thing doesn't mean that they can't bid on the other things as well. It's possible they could win all of them, so you're really just limited by the amounts of money you have. Second thing that could happen, if the auctioneer, if it comes back to him and he wants this thing for himself, he can pay an amount equal to the highest bid. And the way that works, and this is kind of wonky, is that he is going to say the bid was 2 when it came to the auctioneer. So the person who's left bid 1, the person across from bid 2. So it comes to the auctioneer, he says, you know what, I want this thing. So he will pay 1 coin to the person on his left, 1 coin to the person across from him, and then he can claim this field for him. If the bid got up to 3 coins, it would work like this. He would pay 1 coin to the person on his left, 1 coin to the person across from him, and then the 3rd coin would come to the auctioneer, because the auctioneer is counted in that process of paying out when the auctioneer is claiming a field. So, when you're placing bids, you have to keep that in mind, that basically the auctioneer has the potential to get a 1 coin discount based on what the bid is. So the auctioneer can try to use that in his favor. Other people want to think about that when they're trying to decide what they want to open the bid at. And it's just kind of a strange mechanic to wrap your brain around when you're trying to deal with that initially. So if that were to have happened, and the auctioneer has paid out the other players, they will place their token on the thing that they bought. They will remove this thing. They will pass on the responsibility of being the auctioneer to the person on their left. They do not pass the start player token, because you'll need that for the next phase, but they are no longer the auctioneer. The person to their left is now the auctioneer, and it's now that person's responsibility to auction off the remaining properties. The 3rd thing that could happen is if nobody bids on the thing that the auctioneer chose. So, auctioneer chose, we're doing E, person to his left passes, person across from him passes. So what happens in this instance, the auctioneer has to take this for himself. This is no longer up for bid, and the responsibility of auctioneer passes to the person on the auctioneer's left. This can be both good and bad. The auctioneer, it's great to get things for free, but you don't necessarily want to, having that control over what's being bid on next is a powerful thing, and having the potential to get paid by other players is pretty powerful. So you don't necessarily want that to happen, but at least you're going to get a free property, so that's kind of cool. So those are the 3 things that you could have happen in phase 3. You continue doing this until all of the fields have been auctioned off. This one over here, for A and B, like I mentioned earlier, this is a resource. So you're bidding on the ability to take this token, which is worth this resource, which you can use to spend on factories when you go to develop them later. If at any point you don't use any of your resource tokens in the game, they are worth 2 points at the end. And you can also bid on technologies the exact same way as you would bid on factory. So once everything's been auctioned off, that phase ends, you move on to phase 4, which is the development phase. Beginning with the starting player, each player may in turn spend money and resources to develop up to 2 properties that they have control over. So this number here that you'll see on most of the things on the board is the cost you have to pay in dollars to develop this thing. So if I want to develop this factory, I would pay 3 coins to the bank, and I would flip my token over to show that I've developed it, and I would immediately score 2 points. That's what this number in the cog is showing. And I'll go down there and move my victory point marker up immediately. And that's how that works. If I were trying to develop this right here, I would need $2 and a wood. Now I already showed you that one way to get wood is to bid on this resource token over here. You would discard that token and use it for this cost. Another thing you could do is if you developed this factory on a previous turn and it was under your control, then you now manufacture wood, and anywhere on the board that something costs that resource, you just get it for free, it's yours, and you don't have to worry about that cost. The other thing that can happen if you develop a factory that creates a resource is other players can buy that resource from you for 1 coin. I'll also mention down here that there's a Joker resource token that can just count as any one resource. The other way to get resources, if nobody has developed, say, like even if this was like someone owned it but they hadn't flipped their token yet to develop it because they hadn't been able to afford the 3 coins, so it's not developed yet. So if it's like this, then no one is creating this wood, then nobody can acquire the resources necessary to build these things until we come down here and we progress on in the era track. Once we moved on to the second era, these 3 resources can be purchased from the bank for a coin each, as long as someone isn't producing it at one of their factories. That's an important distinction because if someone is producing it at a factory, you have to pay them, not the bank. It's also important to note that if those resources are covered up by this token, or if they're further on down the era track, you can't buy them yet because technology is not advanced to the point where those resources are readily available. So, in the first era, you're not really able to buy any resources from the bank because it's covered up. But once we move on in time, you now have the ability to buy those things. Another important distinction to make is that these are immediate victory points that you'll get when you develop this factory, as long as you are still in this current era. What that means is once you have auctioned off all 12 of these column tokens and finished the round that happens in, you move on to the second era. This will move down, and you'll start the auctioning process on the things that are in this row instead. However, everything that's in a previous era is no longer worth immediate victory points. So you have to time that carefully, where if you're going to invest in these properties and you want to get these victory points, you have to make sure that you're going to have the money and resources to accomplish that goal, because you have a limited time frame in order to get those points. If the era track progresses and these technologies haven't been developed yet, you can't develop them because they wouldn't be worth anything and there's no point. So if the era track progresses to the next row and people haven't developed these yet, then they can't develop them in the future. I mentioned before that all of these things over here are bonus fields. I'll mention how those score later on. They score at the end of the game, so they don't have an immediate scoring effect. There are a couple of special factories in the game. There's the bank and the stock exchange here, and you'll notice that the thing they give you is a -1. What that means is that for each of these buildings that you develop, you reduce the total cost that you would pay for any other factories by 1 coin. So if somebody manages to develop both of these things, they're getting a 2-coin discount on all future properties. So this one would only cost them stone and clay. I strongly advise that you do not let someone get both these things, so that's really powerful. And money is pretty tight in this game, so getting any kind of a discount is a pretty big deal. Once you got past the point where everybody's taken their opportunity to develop up to 2 properties that they have won in a previous phase, you move on to phase 5, which is passing the starting player token to the person on your left. And then you start over the rounds with the income, where everybody gets a coin, and you do that until all of the letter tokens have been drawn from the bag and auctioned off to all the players. Once all 12 fields have been auctioned, at the end of that round, a change of era will occur. You'll move the era track down, and all of the letter tokens will go back in the bag. You'll shuffle them up again. And at this point, that's when technologies from the previous era can no longer be developed, and factories in previous eras are no longer worth immediate victory points. One thing someone can always do once per game is they can take a subsidy, which gives them immediately 3 coins from the bank, which is a lot of money to just get. However, if you ever do this, then you're going to get -5 victory points at the end of the game. And each player can only do that once in the game. As an aside, I'll mention that one of the tokens in the bag, the A here, has this $1 marker on it, which means that you get to give out a coin to everybody when you draw this token from the bag. It's the only one in the bag that's like this. All the other ones are just a standard letter with no symbol on them. So when you draw the A, that's what that's telling you, is that everybody who's playing the game is going to get a coin like that. Once you've auctioned off all of the fields in all of the eras, that round that happens in will be the last round of the game. Once you've finished all 5 of the phases in that round, you're going to find any undeveloped tokens. They're still on the board, anything with the clock side face up, and just remove them because those won't score. In order to get points for anything, you have to develop it. At the end of the game, every 3 dollars you have is going to be worth the victory points. You've got kind of this chart that comes with the game that shows you links by road, and they tried to do it because sort of a color-coded thing. You see this red one, this purple one, there's sort of this V-shaped one here, and then these 2 are connected, and then also these technologies are linked. And what's going on there is for each pair of factories that are linked by a road, you'll get 3 points, and for each pair of technologies that are linked, you'll get 3 points. So when you're developing things, it's a good idea to try to get clusters of things that are connected by roads, because you want to get pairs to score points. Any unused resources at the end of the game are going to be worth 2 points. Any subsidies worth -5 points. And then the other thing that's left for scoring is the bonus fields. Now, these ones are a bit wonky. The rulebook is not terribly clear about how they work, because it's kind of... They put these graphical hints on the board on how they work, but they didn't really explain them in the rulebook. So, there are 4 types of bonus fields, and the factories that are available on the board have these sort of networks that connect them together. And if you choose to try to focus on scoring via the bonus fields, you're going to get bonuses based on the things that are connected to those bonus fields. So, what these ports are saying is that every factory that you develop that is connected to the river is going to give you 2 points for each one of these that you also develop. So the way you can tell that's connected by the river is either you can follow the river along the board, or you can look really closely and see that the ones that are connected by a river have a blue outline around them. This is particularly helpful over here where it wasn't quite clear that this one was on the river, but it does have the blue outline, so that means that it counts for that bonus. So if you develop just this one, that means every factory that's on the river is going to give you 2 points at the end of the game. If you develop both of these, then every factory that you develop on the river is worth 4 points. So you can see that those could add up real quickly if you decided to get a monopoly on the ports and focus on factories that are on rivers. Similarly, you've got bonus fields for the railways. These 3 rail huts here are going to give you bonus points for every factory that's connected to the rail line. Those are either going to have a green outline around them, or they're going to have this sort of green train sign. That's for the ones that are on the river and are also connected by train. So you want to follow those visual cues to match up these bonus fields. Now, these two are going to give you, just like the ports, 2 points for every one of these that you develop, and also for each factory. But this one is a ×3 down here. So this is going to give you 3 points for every factory you develop that's connected to the rail line. You've also got these pump stations. This is a ×2, and a ×3 down here. So this one doesn't really have a graphical cue. It's just everything that's connected to this pipe that runs along the board. So it's this factory, and this factory, and this factory. And these two are going to give you bonus points for every pump station you develop. And then the last one is these power lines. This one is the most, I would say this is the most frustrating of the ones, because you've got this power line that runs down off of the board, and then it comes back up off of this part and runs over to here. And it's also got this kind of area that runs over to the side. There's no graphical indication showing this, but basically what it's saying is the power line runs off of the board, kind of curves around, and comes back up over here. So every power station you develop over here is going to give you bonus points for everything that's connected to the power lines. The graphical cue there is these orange poles that are next to the factories. That's going to tell you whether or not it's connected to the power lines. So once again, there's a 2, 2, and a ×3 down here. So that's the way the bonus fields work. You're going to get either 2 or 3 victory points for every factory that's tied to that type of bonus field that you have developed. You're going to also pay attention to, I already mentioned this, but 3 points for every pair that's linked by these lines that run here. That's a pretty clear connection, so that's not really too difficult to understand. And the pairs of factories that are connected by roads. What you're going to do at that point is you're going to add up all your points, and whoever has the most is the winner of industry. In the case of a tie, the player with the most developed properties on the board at the end of the game is going to be the winner, and if there's still a tie at that point, it's the player with the most money would win. I mentioned earlier that the drawing of columns in Phase 2 changes later on in the game, and I just wanted to make sure that I showed that here. If you're playing with 3 players, then in eras 4 and 5, you'll draw 4 tokens per round instead of 3. And if you're playing with 4 players, then you'll only draw 3 tokens per round instead of 4 in the last era of the game. That's easy to forget about if you're not, thinking about it, but it's done sort of a balance of gameplay as the game goes on, so just try to remember that as you're playing. Alright, so I'm the start player, and we've already got the board set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a number of column tokens based on the number of players in the game. There are 3 of us, so I'm going to draw 3 tokens. I'll set them up, and that's what we're bidding on.
Okay.
We got L, H, and J.
Rigged.
Quite possible. L, H, and J. So those are what we are going for.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We are going to be bidding on things in the current era, is where we are, and these are included. And once we have auctioned off everything in this era, we'll move on to the next era, and we'll keep going, progressing through the ages.
I understand.
So, we've got what looks like a hut in the mountains, this sort of like lumber place out here at the end of this river, and I guess lumber as a technology in general is up for auction.
Okay.
So, if you missed it, what you want to be doing ideally is building factories that are connected by roads, and you'll score for pairs of factories that are connected by roads.
Okay.
You also get bonuses if they are, if you have something connected to your factory based on the various connection routes on the board. So there's this pipe that runs along here. So if you get these bonus fields here and then get any factories that are connected to those bonus fields, then you'll get an extra 2 points per factory that's connected to it, or 3 points if you get that one. There's a rail line that kind of wraps around here, and there's a power line here and here. The power line connects over here, and the river. So that doesn't really apply to anything we're doing right now, but I was just kind of like giving you a basic rundown of the scoring thing. Same thing applies to technologies. You want pairs of technologies to give you 3 points per pair. So this will just give you points, period, for being a technology, but then
if you match it up with one of these other ones,
with anything else, then that's pretty good. So
as long as it's not K1, right?
K.
Is it not linked to this?
Yeah, these two aren't linked.
Yeah.
But this one's linked to like all of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So as long as you are linked to something, it's worth pair.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually, 2 of the 3 things that we're auctioning off seem pretty valuable in general. I'm gonna go ahead and auction off lumber as a technology.
Okay.
So
that's the far right one, L.
So yeah, we're doing L. You get to open the bidding at whatever you want. You have one chance to also bid. Then I can either, as a start player, either pay whatever the high bid is and take it for myself, and I'll have to pay, starting with him, $1 to each player, including myself. So I'll get my coins back, sort of, depending on what the bid gets to.
Sure.
If nobody bids anything, then I just get it for free, and I have to take it. And if you bid high and I don't want to match that, then you give me your money and you get the thing.
Okay. I guess that makes sense to me.
We repeat that auctioning process until all 3 of the things have been auctioned. So.
Yeah.
I'll bid 1.
I guess I'll bid 2.
Well, I will pay 2, so I give each of you $1. And I will take my clock token and put it here to show
that you
I
control that.
Have done that thing, and I'll get 2 points for doing it. I'll put one of your tokens down there for scoring you. One of your clock tokens.
Oh.
And now you are the auctioneer.
Okay.
And this is out.
Let's put J up for auction.
I'll bid 1 on J.
2.
I either pay 2 or you can have it for 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can have it for 2.
Okay. Have my $2. You know what we didn't do? At the start of the round, we're supposed to take an extra $1, so actually we should all have one more $1. That's on me. Forgot to pull out the dollars from the bank before we started. So you're still the auctioneer for this one, so you're auctioning this one off, and he is opening the bidding.
Okay.
3.
I don't have $3. So you can either pay 3 and take it for yourself, or you can
And
have
it's
him
one
give
to
you
each of you and
$3.
one back to me, basically, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that was bad. I should have said 4.
And put your token there.
So I didn't get anything. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so I guess you don't do anything. Sorry.
Wow.
Not
Okay.
yet. Not yet.
I'm the auctioneer again.
You're going to be the start player for the next round, but we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Before we each get our $, so we haven't got those $, yet, we are doing the development phase, where we can choose to develop up to 2 undeveloped fields by paying the cost associated with it, and then you flip the token down.
So I need $2 and a wood.
Yeah. I guess I flip this one over just so that I just do it, because I don't think you pay anything for it. Yeah, you need $2 and wood in order to build yours. You can get wood. I haven't completed this factory yet. We're in turn order, but I don't have $3 to even build mine, so I'm not even going to do that.
I don't have any wood.
You could get wood by paying the bank, though. Which is just $1.
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay. So you're going to pay $3 essentially to develop your factory.
And now I made 2 points.
And you'll make 2 points.
Okay.
Now you are the start player. We each get our $, of income. And draw 3 tokens out. And we do that again.
Okay. G, E, D.
That's an F.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Goofed.
Alright, which of those things do you want to start the auction on?
G.
So G, is G even on that river?
No, it's not on the
so
river.
either.
It's just connected by the roads.
2.
Pass.
It's all yours.
You give it to him.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Take it.
Okay, you're still the auctioneer.
D.
1.
2.
You can have it.
Okay. That was a bluff. That was a poor bluff. All right.
F.
So
This is
F
still me.
is what's happening now.
I guess 2.
Can't bid.
I'll buy it for 2, I guess.
Hey, money.
Hey, money.
Yeah, sorry about that. Flip this over. I didn't do this yet. I don't know what I was doing.
Where did the coin bounce to?
Okay. He threw 2, 1 to you, 1 to me.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Yep.
So now we.
So now development phase. In start player order. So you can develop up to 2 factories. You only have 1 out there that's...
And I'd have to pay 1 for the wood, 1 for the whatever that is again, and I would.
Yeah, you'd have to pay 1 for wood, 1 for stone.
But then I would have brick after that, basically.
Yes, you'd have brick to apply to any future factories. So you'd have to pay $4 essentially to build that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
guess I develop my only factory.
You get 3 points. I'm gonna move his marker up to the 3.
Why did I get 3?
3.
Oh, is that what that says?
Yes.
Okay.
And they only score points in their current era, so if you didn't pay for it before we finish auctioning things off, then you don't get anything for it.
Okay.
I, once again, don't have enough money to build my lumber yard that I was going to build, but then I bluffed and did everything wrong, so I'll pay a coin to develop this port. And that's that.
And what'd you get?
I don't get anything immediately. The bonus
Just a
fields
bonus
give you
layer.
points at the end of the game. I'll get 2 points for every factor connected by river if I manage to do that.
Okay.
So, okay.
Passing this on.
You are now the start player. You'll draw 3 things out and start the auctioning. We all get $1. Ooh. That's fine. Okay. So we got a port, we got this place to make stone, and we got this other technology, which also will not be worth any points if you don't build in the current era.
Okay. I guess let's auction off this port over here at sea.
I think. Sorry. Do you think that it cost me lumber to develop this? I bet it did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 1 coin fewer than I actually should have. Which might have messed things up, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
Okay, so what are you doing? The port?
Yeah.
I bid 1.
Knew you would.
Oh. I want that port.
I just can't even use it. I don't need. I don't think.
Man, being third in this game is miserable. Because nobody has money to bid on things now.
So you
You
pass?
pass.
So do you want to pay 1 to me to take it?
I don't
Or
have
do you want-
any reason to have it. I guess just give me your 1.
All right.
I guess I'll auction off I.
Pass.
That's gonna make bricks,
Stone.
or it'll make stone. Okay, so I have 3 coins now. I could buy it, but then I won't be able to develop it
Yeah.
in time.
Until later. You can develop these things at any time. They just, like, the thing about, like, you won't get points if you're, like, in this era and you develop it later.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, you're, like, claiming it, but you'll develop it in the future kind of thing when you have the money for it.
Okay, sounds good.
If you want to do that.
So you passed on I.
I don't have any money, so I pass.
I'll spend 1 on I.
Well, I'll pay you 1 to take it.
Should have said 2.
Stings,
so
doesn't
I
it?
got one of those. Oh well.
I auction off K. So what do you want to pay for this technology that's going to give you 2 points but cost a stone?
I'll give you 1 for it.
I'll give you 2 for it.
I
Can't pay 2.
I will accept your bid of 2.
You each get 1.
I don't know that I've managed my economy very well.
At least you keep getting money.
Yeah, I guess, but it felt like you got a lot of money because of us buying things or something. I don't know what happened. Okay, so do you want to develop that
For 3?
for 3, and you'll create stone from then on?
I guess not.
Okay.
Oh, but if I do, then I can immediately do the technology, right? Because it's stone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and spend 3 and do the technology at the same time.
And you give yourself 2 points.
Yeah. That seems
You
like a
should be
decent
You
deal.
should be at 5,
Oh.
right?
One,
Like you got
two,
3 earlier,
1,
right?
2. So the 3s should both
Yeah.
be there.
No, we both got 2 points.
I thought we got 3 points.
He got
Yeah.
3 for his factory. Mine was worth 2, and yours was worth 2, and my technology was worth 2.
Oh, okay.
So you have a rousing lead of 5-2. I don't. I don't want to develop my things, so I just pass. Do you want to develop a thing? You don't have any things to develop? Okay. So I'm the auctioneerman. These things are going to be revealed. Hey, we all get $1 because that's what happens when that one gets revealed.
Okay.
So if that would have shown up earlier, we would have had more spending money, but it didn't, so...
Oops.
Alright. Also would have been helpful if those would have shown up earlier, too, so...
Because we would have had stone and wood.
Yeah.
No, they don't mean anything.
Let's auction off E. Which is worth something to both of you because it's connected via road.
Oh, yeah. Alright, I'll do 3 for it.
Well, I cannot bid 3, so...
I will not match your bid, so
Mm-hmm.
pay those out. That's 1 to him and 1 to me and 1 to
that's
yourself.
Such a weird mechanic.
It's pretty
really
bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still the auctioneer. I'm gonna bid. I'm gonna open bidding on A.
I'll bid 1.
I will pass because I produce stone.
That's true. So I mean, I could either pay you 1 to have a stone that would cost me 1 later on anyway, just buying. Yeah, I'm just gonna pay you 1 to take that.
I'm not sure why you did that.
What?
Okay. I don't understand why you did that.
Because if I don't use it, it's worth bonus points into the game. So I mean, it's like a net positive of 2 points if I never use it.
Okay.
As opposed to I would just pay anyway. So.
Sure.
So now you are auctioning off lumber. Do you want that?
What can I get for the lumber?
1.
Pass.
I guess I'll pay the 1 for the lumber and do the same thing there.
Okay. Starting with me. I can develop 2 factories. I can pay my 3 finally to build this lumber yard. It's pretty good. And 1 to build this port down here.
You said I can do these any other time. It doesn't have to be this time.
If you want the points for this, you have to do it in this era.
Okay, I'll buy the points then.
Okay, so you get 2. From now on, if anybody wants to buy lumber, they have to buy it from me because I produce it. If they want stone, they have to buy it from you because you produce it.
Okay.
So they can't buy it from the
Bank
bank anymore.
And I have bricks if anybody's interested.
Nobody cares.
No
Oh wait,
one-
everything in the future costs bricks.
Probably so.
All right.
Like, I'm sure that stone is probably going to end up being the thing that's worthless, and I'll have bought nothing, but we'll see.
I think it looks like you still use stone like here, but like in this era, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's telling, man. All right.
I'm sure I've made garbage decisions.
I tried to get this early, and then I never had money, so I couldn't do anything about it. All right. So now what happens is we're in a new era. You're the start player. We're going to take all these, dump them back in the bag, and do that again.
4 more
Move
times.
the auction thing down, and we're in this era, and it's a tight score of 653. All right. We're going to auction it off in the new era. HD TV. L. Alright.
Let's see here.
So just remember not to make the same mistake I did, which is you don't, like, this is what this costs, so you don't, like, automatically just immediately get it. It's going to be a...
Everybody gets a coin, right?
Yes, we all get a coin just before you even pull out the things. Oh, that's not looking good. Okay.
Alright. Well,
That's a
let's
port.
do...
That's just a factory. That's a technology.
Let's do L.
So you want L pretty badly.
It's worth, if I build it, it's worth 7 points to me.
What's its
It costs wood, and I'm gonna say that's coal.
Plausible.
and then it's just worth like 5.
It's worth 4 by itself.
This round.
Yeah.
Man, I can only bid like 1 on that.
Are you bidding 1?
Yeah.
I pass.
Wow. Really?
I have $1. I literally cannot raise you.
I will let you buy that for 1.
Okay, you give him $1.
I get to
You
put
get the
my
thing.
token over there on this thing I don't want.
Well, and you shouldn't have placed a bid on it to outbid me. You're just trying to be a dick about
I
it.
was just trying to be a dick.
All right. Well, you're still the auctioneer.
Let's do D.
Do you want to bid anything on that port?
No.
1.
Have it for 1.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I guess H.
H isn't connected to any of my shit.
Though it could be in the future.
Could it be?
Yeah, if you end up getting any of these.
Yeah.
And you make brick, right?
No, he makes brick.
Oh.
What's it do?
It gives you coal. Or what I'm assuming is coal. That could also be just like pollution.
Fuzzball.
Like black clouds, you know?
I guess I'll bid 2 on it.
Pass.
I'm going to pay 2 to have it.
Hey, I got $1.
Hey!
Alright. Starting with the starting player. Do you want to build any of your
I would
one
like
thing?
to.
Alright, so do you have $3? Well, that's a shame for you. You could take a subsidy and lose 5 points, but get $3.
That's probably what I should do.
I don't know.
And then I have a brick already over here.
I mean, like, you can do it or don't.
Let's do
Like,
it. I'm going to take a subsidy.
Alright.
Alright,
Negative
so
5 points.
now we have to buy coal from him.
Okay.
And brick.
So I need to spend 1 to you for wood and 1 to coal for him to get my 3 points down there.
4 points.
4 points?
Mm-hmm.
Well, give me my 4 points.
Okay.
Oh, and I get a... Oh, I just have call for later. That's right. I keep wanting to like pick up the resources that I make.
Yeah, right.
There's no such thing. All right, you are now the start player because I'm not going to build my port because there's no reason for me to. Auction off some goods.
Even if it just had like one of these little tokens that was like a different color than the blue of like, don't forget, you make that now. You have that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only,
Yeah.
5
There's no graphical indication. Like, you just have to look and see where the token is that's associated with that thing
Yeah.
on the board.
And they're small, so it's easy to lose them.
EIG.
Oh.
Factory that produces pots, windows, and 2 points. Those are going to be important in the future. That's...
Oh, we didn't turn over L over there. Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna start by auctioning off I.
How much money you got there?
3.
bid 2.
I pass.
I will allow you to buy it for 2.
I think I'm gonna live to regret that decision. Alright.
I guess I'm gonna auction off these pots at E.
Pass.
Shoot.
You're just going to have that factory?
I think so. Because I want the
You're
other
gonna let
thing.
him corner the market on pots?
Okay, I guess I corner the market on pots for nothing.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, now I am the auctioneer. We're auctioning off G, which is the glass factory.
I bid 2 for it.
I'll bid 3.
I do not have $3, so
I think that he gets all that as the auctioneer, right?
yes.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Oh man, influx of dollars.
Yeah, you get all
Pretty
$3.
good. All right, put your guy there.
Yep.
That worked out better than I expected it to. Cool. Well, you just got shut out, and do we each take $1 at the start of this auction phase?
I have no idea.
I don't think we did.
I don't think
Let's everybody get $1. All right. So starting with you, do you want to develop either? Of
I
your
guess I'll
factories?
develop my pot factory because I have stone, so I'll start making pot.
All right. So $3, and you now are the king of the pots.
Yep.
Do you want to develop your other one? You don't have nothing.
I don't have any cash dollars, and
I guess I'm gonna develop this because I make wood, so that's just $2, and I get 2 points for my $2. Oh man, up to 4. I'm not gonna develop that port again, and you don't have anything developed, so
everybody get a coin.
everybody get a coin.
Aww.
Throw me another coin, and we'll have to remember to grab that coin that just slipped down.
Aw.
Throw me another coin, and we'll have to remember to get those 2 coins that slipped down. Okay.
good job.
Party foul.
Yeah. Okay.
C, K, F. Okay, so this one is going to give you a -1 on all costs.
Don't have stone, don't have glass.
We're going to auction off the port. Wait.
You can just buy some stone and glass from me.
We're going to auction off this technology. Okay.
I'll pay 1 for that.
Cannot exceed 1.
I will give you $1 to take it.
No, I'm the auctioneer.
You're the auctioneer.
Let's do C.
Pass.
1. So you can't just have it.
I'll take your 1 for it.
Okay.
And F.
1.
Pass.
I will pay 1 for it.
Yeah.
That seems like a good deal.
Yep, it was.
All right. Starting with me developing things, I gotta develop this technology before it gets obsoleted. I'm gonna pay my Joker stone and the wood that I already produced to make that. So that's 3 points. Actually, like my Joker stone is worth points at the end of the game. It's $1 to buy a stone from you.
It's true.
But then I don't have any dollars for the remaining rounds. I don't think I'm going to make a ton of points, so I think points are more valuable to me than money, so I'm going to give you my $1 instead.
Okay.
I think that's a poor decision, but whatever. I'm doing it. And then I'm going to not build any ports.
Alright, I'm
So there's
paying
no money.
2 for that, and then you have stone and glass, right?
I only have stone right now.
Oh, then...
He hasn't developed
Pay
glass, so you
one.
have to buy from the bank, yeah.
And then I buy brick from you, and now I make stone. Or make glass.
Okay. So there we go. Last, you're the start player, and then these are the last 3. So we each get $1, and we each get another $1 because the A is going to be revealed. So
Yeah.
give us all $1. Once again.
Yet again,
at
the end, yeah.
All right.
Well, I don't have
So do you want to auction off glass, coal, or that factory that's not connected to anything?
Let's do glass.
It's by itself, but it's worth more points. Glass.
Yeah.
I'll bid 1 on 2 points.
I'm just gonna pass.
Alright, you can give me 1 for that.
Because I make glass, so...
It's just points.
It's just points for me.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do B. Coal.
Guess I'll bid 1 on coal.
Pass.
Oh. I'll buy it for 1, I guess.
So that goes to, yeah.
And then I'm auctioning off.
You keep this because you're still the start player.
Oh, okay.
I'm
But
just
he's
the
the
auctioneer. Hey, look at me. Look at me. I'm the auctioneer now.
Yeah. I bid 1.
I bid 2. I bid 2, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna accept his bid of 2.
Yeah, I'll accept your bid of 2.
It's over there. Let's try to be more careful about throwing our coins around, so they're just flying all over the place. All right, so
Oh, that one should be for you. I was paying.
I should have $2.
for the-
You should have got $2.
The
The one that ended up on this side of the box, I think, was for you.
Yeah, but you grabbed it.
I think I grabbed one from the bank,
okay.
so I think I'm good.
All right, put your token here, showing that you bought that. And develop, starting with you.
Which I don't have anything.
You have to buy lumber from me.
Okay, so this is a dumb question. Or let me do the math on this. I can spend this and that to buy one of these, to buy a wood, and get my 4 points.
You have to buy it from me, though.
Yeah, so
I guess you have wood. Like, you have the Joker resource.
But this is worth 5 points if I hold on to it?
2 points.
2 points. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, then whatever. I'll just spend it. So there's that.
And guess what? Wood is never worth anything for the rest of the game.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, man.
We have advanced the point of technology. We're not building factories out of wood anymore, so my wood lumber yard is absolute garbage, and I never got anything for it. Okay. So.
Did you take your points over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, give yourself 4 points. Do you don't have anything to develop. I'm going to spend... I don't even have to do this now. Like, I can do this whenever.
Yep.
I would rather have money for the future rounds. So I guess I don't do anything. Okay. You're the start player now. We are now in the 3rd era. Everybody take a coin. And you're going to be auctioning off 3 things. Oh, wait. I'm going to look that up to make sure that's true. Hold on. I think that is still true. Yeah.
Does it change at some point?
In arrows 4 and 5 for a 3-player game, we're going to draw 4 per, just like change the balance of the game, I guess. Okay, so you're going to pull 3 things out, and that's what we're bidding on.
Okay.
GFK. That's not K.
I don't know where it is.
Okay. It's alphabetical.
don't care.
I don't care. All right, what do you want to auction off? This one's going to be the same as this, and -1 on everything.
Okay.
How much money you got over there?
2.
Only 2, huh?
I guess I'm gonna auction off F.
2.
I pass.
This one looks like steel wire, I guess.
Sure.
I'm gonna auction off this technology.
1.
2.
Over to me as auctioneer then?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, let's do J.
You gonna let him have that steel wire factory? Yeah.
Is steel wire like gonna be useful?
It looks like you can use it to build things over here. That's all it does, and use it for these technologies.
So
It seems not that great.
I guess 1. No, I'm not gonna bid on
1, so you can't just free have it.
Have it for 1.
that.
Come on.
I was sure that he was
I
gonna.
don't
do
want that trash. All right, well,
That's why I didn't say 1.
here we go. We're gonna keep on rocking in the free world. I guess. Am I the start player? You're the start player. You don't have anything to manufacture, do you? Okay.
Me?
Oh yeah. Do you
Yeah,
want to build that?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my 2 to upgrade that
Where do you buy stone from?
myself. And glass from myself.
Okay. Well, bully for you.
It is bully for me.
How expensive is it for me? I cannot physically build that factory. Does anybody produce steel beams? No. Glass is you.
Yep.
So I cannot build anything. Okay. I don't do any. I'm gonna pay 1 to build one of my ports. Yeah. Take that. Didn't see it coming. Okay.
Alright, I might auction off the next 3.
Well, I'm the.
Or it goes to you.
He's the start player.
Come on, A.
Here you go. Have your coin at the start of the round.
Yep. BCH.
All right.
Oh. Tubes? It's a series of tubes.
Is it a series of tubes?
Tubes and power lines. Hey, those power lines hook up to a thing I might potentially build. And H is this thing that.
2 points.
Yeah. Let's auction off H.
I will spend 3.
3.
You have $3.
I'd have to bid 4. That'd be my whole bankroll to stop him from building that thing that he needs.
I physically am incapable, so if you pass, I pass.
Well.
Gives me a $1 and he has that factory.
No, he gives you $3.
$3,
to the
yeah.
auctioneer.
All right. I'm gonna auction off. B.
Which is
Tubes.
just
They're
tubes?
connected to
Or power
this.
lines.
It's tubes. It's,
No, like those are the 2 things. That are
yeah,
left.
but B is what I'm auctioning off. So it's this tube. It's connected here, here, here. I think that's it.
So to nothing I currently own.
True. You're making an investment for the future. Are you bidding on that thing?
I'll pass.
I'm not connected to any of these power lines either, am I?
I don't think so, no. I have the only one that's connected to any power lines.
Bad. 1.
It's yours. You now have a vested interest in tubes.
B. This
Yeah.
one is me.
Or you just never build it, I guess. I guess we're auctioning off the power line place. You bid anything?
I bid 0.
Because I bid 1.
I give him $1. Nobody's. You have glass, right? I give you $1. I'm gonna spend 1 to the bank and build this, which is 5 points. And then I'm gonna.
No.
Then I'm gonna pass.
I'm gonna spend 3, and I make those already.
2 points.
So I build this for 0.
Oh shoot!
Good for you.
I have one of those negative 1 things too.
Give yourself $1 back. Yeah. All right. That's cool. I'm always going to be paying more than both of you. Okay. You're the start player now. Okay. On A. Give us that income.
Oh, everybody gets a coin.
Everybody take your coin.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And we got L, A.
Oh, my
and I.
goodness.
Didn't come out at the very end. All right. We're just rolling in the Lincolns. We want to auction off there.
Let's go with A. Who wants a steel beam?
I just did a thing that needed steel beams.
Yeah.
We're going to be used in the future in 2 places. Like literally 2 places.
I want to pass.
I guess I did 1.
You can have it for 1. Let's do L.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you are the pot king.
I am the king of pot. And I'm at least in that tree.
You are. So that's worth a lot of points to you.
Yeah. So I guess this takes coal though, so I'd have to pay him for coal. So I guess like 2?
Pass.
You can have it for 2.
Yeah.
Token.
Alrighty,
Oh. Yeah.
Well. Okay.
2?
3.
I will buy it for 3.
Oh, we still got the money. Alright. What do you want to manufacture there, buddy? That one? Do you want to build that factory?
Yes, and then I have to pay 1 for salt or whatever it
So
is.
it costs you 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not stone. I thought it was.
I don't know what that is.
Well, you made him pay more for no reason. It's like silver cones.
Alright.
Alright.
I guess I buy coal so that I can produce that technology over there
That's 3 points.
with my pots.
1, 2, 3. What technology have you mastered? Cars.
Oh,
Using
man.
ceramics and coal. Ceramic cars. You know, I actually have enough income now that I can go 1, 2. I have to buy a steel beam from you. Nobody makes silver cones, so that's I went to the bank. That builds this, and now I'm the king of steel wire.
Yeah.
So that's cool. And I have no money to do my other thing. Oh, hey.
He's trying to decide if he's using his steel beam.
I'm not. Okay.
Yep.
$1 to everyone. You're the start player. These are the 3 things that are coming out. Dig. So we got a thing that's connected to the rail lines, a rail line bonus, which I am the only person with the factory connected on the rails. The factory that produces steel cones, which are going to come up in all of these. And just a factory that's worth points, but it's connected on tubes on the river.
Okay, so D, E, and G, eh? Okay. I'm gonna auction off D.
Pass.
I'll pay 1 for it.
I guess I will accept your 1. I'll auction off G.
One.
Pass.
Don't do it.
Don't take your 1.
Sorry, put your token out there. E! And he bid 2.
2?
2?
How much do you want to be able to be the king of steel cones?
Well, then you can buy it for 2.
So let's see. So he'll be giving me $2.
Yep.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that you'd be into that.
All right. Do you want to build any of the things? Your one factory that's out there that is on the river.
Yeah, I'll give him 1 for coal and pay 1 to the bank to build that.
Okay. 2, 3. Hold on to the rest of this money. You want to build your cone factory or your rail
cone factory, and who do I give for those stones?
He's the king of stone.
I'm the stone man.
Who's the brick man? You're
The brick man's me. No, I'm also the cone man.
All right. We move on to the fourth era. In a 3-player game, we will draw 4 of these at a time in the 4th and 5th eras. Start there.
Everybody gets a coin.
Everybody gets a coin. IEFG.
Oh. Do I even care about any of these?
Well, 2 of them require silver cones.
Yeah.
They're just like immediately useful, and then they're never useful for the rest of the game. So the rest of the game is 1 more round. So
Yeah.
I am certain I don't really care either. Go with F.
I will pass on F.
Because he makes both the brick and the coal, so whoever buys it gonna have to pay him. You can have it for free.
Alright, well. Great. You're now the auctioneer.
Alright, let's do G.
I'm gonna pass on G.
One.
I will pay you 1. So I can take.
I'm gonna auction off E to produce
Computers.
computers.
Well, you're the king of pot, and I'm the king of steel wire.
It's true.
Trying to see how much money you have. It's open information. A lot of money. 2.
I have no monies.
Now you've got monies.
Yeah, I have monies.
Alright. So you get that. I. Like, I don't know. I don't want it.
1.
Like, I'm not gonna build it in this era. You can just give me $1 for that. I do not want that at all. Oh, there's your token on that one. Okay. Alright, so starting with me, I'll build factories. Who has clay? Brick.
He has brick.
Who has coal?
He has coal.
So I could either give you a lot of money to build that now, or hold off and just don't do it at all. You made me take that factory. That's why I have it.
Yes.
I was looking. I was like, why do I have this factory?
Because we both passed on it and made you take it.
I'm gonna pay 1 to build this power line down here, I guess. That.
I can't build anything.
Yes, I buy some steel wire from you and build this one so that I'm the computer king.
You know about computers. You're a computer guy.
Yeah.
There. Four. We all get $1. I am now the only person with money, which is the only time that's ever happened in this game.
Yeah.
I have 2 monies.
Like, I have, like, all the
like
money.
serious monies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to lose it, like, instantly, so...
Not really.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose it, like, instantly. HJL. Man, is anything even connected by pipes? You want pipe things.
Let's do B.
I bid 1. All my dollars. My taller dollars.
I don't know what else is going up in this round. I'm not even gonna take it to spite you. I don't care. Take a pass. I don't care.
I'll take your 1.
Yeah, I knew you were going to.
If that was a bluff, it was a really bad bluff.
I thought I was gonna.
Alright, let's do L.
I'm just not gonna have any money for the rest of the round.
L.
The game.
Steel wire computers.
You are the steel wire king.
You have no incentive to take the. Oh yeah, you do. I see. 1. 1. I'll give you $1 if you want. If you give you $1, he doesn't have any money.
Yeah, I'll take your $1.
Yeah. H or J.
Let's do J.
So you can be the king of green cones. Yeah. So I'll use. Oh, it's used in a few places. All right.
Let's be the king of plutonium.
I don't have any desire to be the king. 1.
I'll take your 1.
Right. 1.
I will pay you 1.
I guess I should have said 2. I don't know. All right.
And then
Start player, man. What do you want to manufacture? What do you want to work on?
I can do 2 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can afford to.
You can do a maximum of 2
for that, and I make that, so that's 4 points. 15, and then cannot afford to also make that yet.
Well, Sting.
That's a little.
I build my pipe factory for free. Pump station or whatever it is.
Whatever they're pumping.
Yeah.
So I have. I want to get in green cone game. I'm gonna give you $1 and build this technology for 5 points.
Oh man, another $1. All them taller dollars.
What is this?
Seventh around.
Okay, well it hasn't happened yet because I still have another factory I can build, so I don't have that $1 yet. $4. Who makes steel beams?
You do?
Who makes?
Don't you?
Who makes silver cones?
He does. He makes both of those, I think.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Now, since I was the start player, do I not get to buy this, even though I can afford it now?
Nope.
Yeah, you lost your.
You've passed
You're
your
done.
chance to do that.
Okay, so now you're the start player, and we do the last 4.
All right.
Everybody gets an extra $1 on top of your regular dollar because A is
Because
going
A
to
is
come
going
out.
to come out. Sorry.
All right, and so ACDK.
Do we know what this question mark is?
It's just anything.
Oh, okay.
Any
So
resource.
it's just a joker that does anything.
Well, they're all jokers, but it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah, I understand.
wild.
Okay. I'm gonna auction off C.
What's that?
This power station.
What else is there to bid on this round? That's horrible. Pass. I don't want it.
I guess I'll pay 1 for it.
So I'll take your 1.
Well, the thing you put up for bid was trash. I don't want it. What else do you want to put up for bid?
D.
I also don't want that. 1.
I'll pass.
I'll take your 1.
A or K?
A.
Pass.
1.
You're going to pay me 1 to take it.
It's 2 points.
It is 2 points.
Pay 1 for 2 points.
Right.
She said 2, so I got a coin.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. K. Rockets.
Pass.
Ceramics and plutonium.
I bid 2 on it.
Sorry, I'm looking at your money. You've got 5. Bid 2. Then pay me 1 to take the plutonium. You would get points, so I can buy it so you don't get those points, but I won't get points either. And I can't build the other thing that's worth points. I can't build anyway because I don't have money.
So are you blocking me out of points? Is the question.
Yeah. It's an 8-point swing I have to do it.
Yeah. I should have said 3.
It's garbage. Alright. Okay.
Except I don't get both of these, right? Because you were the auctioneer just now? Yeah, so he gets one of those.
Yeah.
Which is awful.
Got that.
Yeah.
Alright, you're the start player. Do you want to...
Yeah, I'm going to build my factory there, so I have to spend 2 to the bank, and then I have to buy cones and beams from him. Is that what that is?
Steel beams? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Flip that over and get points for that.
I don't have any money, so I can't do anything.
Here's my 2 for that, since I get -1, and you have glass. And then this I built for free.
Okay. Final era. I'll get $1. I'm the start player. Which is not I want it. C. B. Hey, we all get another dollar. E.
One.
Two.
I'll take $2. Yeah. It was there. Well. B.
One.
Two.
$2. C.
Three.
Give me $3. A.
I don't need that.
I pass. I can't possibly pay for that.
Okay, so I guess I take that. Okay. I can build. Factors not worth 8 points now. Garbage. Alright. Well, that's cool.
And these multiplier ones still count at the end of the game, even if you build them later.
They only count at the end of the game. That's what they're there for. There's no reason for me to do that technology unless I want its pair, so that's worth just 3 points to me. So it's a point if I pay you $1. That's fine. Okay, that's what I did. Okay. I don't get points for it because we're not in that era anymore.
Pay one for that. Get this one for
Pay one for my pump station.
You're the star player.
coin.
Everybody take a coin. J, K, G, H.
Let's do J.
Pass. One?
I will pay you one for me to have.
What?
Because it looks like I can spend 2 to get 5 points.
You're the auctioneer.
Okay. I'll auction off K.
How much money do you have?
3.
2.
to.
Alright, I'm gonna... I didn't expect to be the auctioneer, so I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna auction off... H... Wait. Yeah, I don't know. H.
One. Pass.
I'm gonna take that. You're the auctioneer again. Auctioning off G.
Garbage.
So, you want to bid on that or not?
No.
I'll bid 1.
I will.
You can't build it. Like, you don't have enough money to build any of these things this round.
Well, if I bought it for the 1, then I have that and that, and I wouldn't be able to build the other one. So yeah, I will take your 1.
Okay. What do you want to do this turn?
Who's got the green thingies?
I have the green thingies.
And who has the microchips?
Nobody.
One to you, one to the bank.
I don't think there are any factors
How
for
are
microchips.
microchips, not computers. Like.
All right. So give yourself 5 points.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you want to build your factory or that technology?
I made that technology for free.
2, 3. You don't have the money to do the factory. I'm gonna do a thing. That would cost me 1, 2. Make that. So I have to pay 1 to the bank. That's 3 to build that. That's great. Build that in, which is 5 points. That one cost me 2 plus 1 again. I have no money. You have a bit more money. I get only 3 points for it. What else is coming up next? That's just for points. That's a pair, and I don't need another pair. Need a coin.
Still won't be able to do anything.
Okay. You're the start player. Need a coin. Last round.
D.
What even is that? Rail? Do I have anything connected by rail? Yes. Okay. 1.
Pass.
Give me your 1.
Great.
E. No. F.
Pass.
You guys serious?
I.
Pass.
Pass.
Right. Cool.
L.
Pass.
Okay, I gotta do math here. You have the pot, so I have to pay you.
And I had the steel beam, so you have to pay me.
Pass. It's not worth it for me, so.
So I get it for free.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. Starting with you, do you want to build?
I pay you for wire and pay 2 to the bank. And that's the only thing I can afford to build.
Um. Well, I mean, you could take out a subsidy and try to calculate if that's worth it for points.
Lose 5 points to gain 3 points?
But you also get points based on rail connections, so that might not necessarily be true.
And I don't understand how that mechanic works.
Well. Alright.
Is this one not connected to the rail?
Yes, it is. But he doesn't own any of the stations that give him bonuses for it, so it doesn't matter. So you got... Did you do this already? No?
I didn't do anything.
Okay, you got 4 points. So I could do some things. Take a subsidy, I think. Hold on. Let's see. You're going to put that for 4. What I wanted.
And you can't do anything with the coin now either.
Yeah. Did I build anything connected to it? Yes, I did. Okay, so I spent my other 2 on that bonus down there.
Insult to injury. Here's another coin you can't do anything with.
Now I have a point.
Yep.
Oh, you get.
You give him a point.
That's something. Oops. 2, 3.
And you don't have anything else on the board, yeah. Alright, so we pull these off because we didn't finish them. Okay, scoring. For every 3 tallers, you get a point, so just go ahead and...
1.
Oh. Alright. Any unused Joker tokens are worth 2 points. I'm going to get 6.
I'm going to get 2.
You're going to get 4. Okay. Did you take a subsidy?
I did.
So you lose
Minus
5 points.
5. Well in the back.
All right. Every pair of factories is linked by a road is worth 3 points. So let's just kind of like work our way across here. Looking at this network, I just said work our way across. Like over here, you've got 2 pairs, so that's 6 points for your factories here. You also have 1, 2, and 3, and 4 there. linked by roads.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
6.
So 3, 3. Each pair is worth 3 points.
Yeah, and there's 3 pairs, right?
1, 2.
This doesn't count as a pair that are next to each other?
No, you have 4 factories total on those rows.
So
2 pairs.
But yeah, they're connected by
Doesn't
road.
matter.
Okay.
They're all connected by one road. It's not like
They're
you
all
don't
on
count
the
it
same road
twice.
system, so it's
It's
2
by
and
road
2.
system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it specifically talks about adjacency, doesn't matter. So
Yeah, it's just divisible by 2. That's all
1,
that
2,
it wants
3,
to know.
4, 5, 6. Now you also have this one. That's not on a road, is it? No, this one is. So this one, and nothing else on that road. So I mean, look at the link chart. It'll tell you if that's connected or not. But I don't think it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's a link chart. No. See, there's this thing that's circled here, so it's saying that that's how that network goes. So no pairs there. Here you have 1, 2, 3. Is this one on this road?
Nope.
Okay, so you have another pair there, so that's another 3 points. You have pair there, so that's 3 points.
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
Aren't you
Here,
pushing
here.
Yeah. I was
You have
like,
a pair here.
you're pointing to 2 different colors.
You have a
Okay.
pair here. I knew that you had them, so I was like,
Yeah.
and then you have one by itself on that link. So that's it. So you just get 3 points for
Okay.
the adjacency thing. So
these road things could easily be like a region or whatever.
Yes,
like,
it could be a lot better.
It could very easily just be a grid with colors. I have probably no pairs of factories because I don't feel like I ever built anything. That's a big no.
No adjacency.
No adjacency. However, we can also do adjacency of technologies, where I have these 2 are worth 3, and then these 2 are worth 3 to me, so I get 6 points there. You have none on that chain, but you have those
1
2,
there.
so 1, 2, 3, and you have no links in the technology tree. Okay. Bonus fields.
Yeah.
Let's just do yours. Okay, so you've got this power line. I mean, this is me. Sorry. So you have 2 power lines. That's going to be 5 points per every factor that's connected via the power lines, which is none for you.
These 2 aren't a pair somehow?
They're not. No, they're not that kind of factory.
Seriously.
They're not worth anything to you.
Oh man, that's garbage.
Okay, so
These by each other was what
okay, my power lines will be 2 points for every factor connected with the power line, which is 1, 2. So I'm gonna get
Because
4
the power
points.
lines are the thing that come off the board and
Yes.
come back over there.
Yes.
Garbage.
5
Garbage.
points for every 0.
Okay, you are gonna get 7 points for everything connected to a tube.
Which should be a few
1,
things.
2. So you're gonna get 14 points. So you're at 40. That's not yours. Doesn't matter. It's not yours. So you're at 49. Okay, that was the power and tubes. Railroads, you have ×2 for anything connected by rail, which is
probably not.
this one, right? These, I think it's, is it these 2? This must be on the rail line if it's next to it. So you get 2, 4. You have 4 points for your rail line. You get, no, that's me. Okay. I get ×5 for the rail lines, and I have 2 on the rail points. So I get 10 points, which is going to put me at 55, which isn't even on this board, I guess. Ports. I'm the only one who bought ports, and I have no factories connecting my ports, so I get a 8 times 0 modifier on that. That was at the very end of the game. I was calculating, should I take a subsidy to just build this?
Yeah.
But it was only going to net me 3 points, because I was going to lose 5 points for the subsidy, and I knew there was not enough money to do it. So I got burned that way, but
We all got burnt.
apparently I still won because the score is 55, 49, 34, 33. Yeah.
Not a good game.
So that's industry.
I am not capable of pretending to be excited about industry.
Now, I would play industry again.
It wasn't like completely miserable.
But it's got issues.
It's
It's also just really strange. The primary issue with this game, I think, is
graphically design of the board. I know I started out by saying it's not completely miserable. The graphic design of the board is completely miserable.
So, the most interesting thing about this is that this is a re-implementation of a game, Industria.
Yeah.
The designer made in 2003. This came out 7 years later, where they decided we're going to freshen things up. We're going to make it look more organic, is the term they use. They wanted a board where things kind of flowed, and you could see physical connections between the things that were tied together for scoring. And so they made this.
How do you feel like that worked out?
Now, I haven't played Industria.
Sure.
It has a higher ranking overall, so on average, more people like it than like Industry, which is generally not a good sign for a re-implementation of a game, but it might not mean anything, because it might mean that fewer people have had a chance to try this one out.
Sure.
Because it hasn't been around as long. It's not as tried and tested. I think if you played this enough, it wouldn't matter to you. You would know where things are,
sure.
And it would just be like, well, whatever. That's just a thing. But in terms of pulling people in, trying to get them to play this game, it's really not user-friendly. The things do make sense when you have someone explain it to you of this is how these things connect to each other, and this is where you're going to get points and whatever. But we didn't have that. We didn't have someone showing us how to figure it out, so it was rough.
Yeah.
And most people, I think, if they were to pick this game up, they think it looks interesting. They'd be drawn in by the artwork, maybe, on the box, which it looks like it's got this maybe steampunky type thing going on, and it doesn't actually. At least I don't think so. It's really just got like a generic industry theme.
Like the generic industry title.
But it's just, it could have been so much better. And you wonder who made the decisions at some point that said, that's fine.
Continuing on to my next extremely miserable topic about this game. How do you feel about those auction mechanics?
So, this designer is pretty well known for designing games that have some sort of bidding thing going on in them. And I have never played a game that does what Industry does, and I don't know if Industria does it too. I don't think it does. This idea of, you can either, I'm the auctioneer, you can bid on this thing, and I can let you have it, and you give me your money. Or I can pay you what you bid, but I don't pay you, I pay everyone, including myself, if there's that much money in the bid. Or if nobody bid, then I just have to take it, and I'm no longer the auctioneer. More often than not, it seems like you that backfires on you when you are not the auctioneer. You're like, okay, well, I bid this.
Oh, it seems like it backfired on me all the time.
This idea of you raise the bid, but then you don't get a thing, and you don't get that much money, and now the other person's the auctioneer. Like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel balanced. It doesn't make sense.
It didn't work at all for me.
And I don't know if you just had a more traditional auction mechanic in this game, if that would just fix everything. If you just like everybody bid until you're happy with it, and then someone gets it and move on. It's just different. I think if you played it a lot, you'd get used to it again. But I don't have a reason why someone should play it a lot, because I don't know that the game itself really is interesting enough to bring people to the table again and again. And like I said, the biggest issue is those giant stumbling blocks at the entry level where people just will not understand what's going on. Like, there aren't a ton of rules, but the rule book is terrible.
Yeah.
And it seems to just not actually clarify any of what's happening. It does a really poor job of explaining the bonus fields, which is I really tried to repeat myself in the video when I was talking about it earlier, just to say, this is how these things tie together, and just that's how it works, and just wrap your brain around it. Yeah, I don't really, you know, if the components are not bad.
Aside from the art.
Well, the tokens are fine. The art is not good, but like the art is just the board.
Yeah.
Like the tokens are just like the little clock tokens. And,
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you have no other economic bidding games and someone wanted to just give this to you, it's not a bad thing, because it's like, it's got a game there. I really can't recommend it to anyone. And I would probably give it a 4.
That is what I was going to give it to, sir!
So, you know... But that's weird, is that I would play this again. If I were playing with people who knew how to play the game, I would sit down and play it again just to see how it played out another time.
Yeah.
But I'm not... I would feel bad. I felt bad asking a person to come play this with us, because it was just like, well, we're doing this.
And then he promptly left.
And then he promptly left.
It was like
a day of gaming planned out, and we started with industry, and it was
I gotta go home and
check on my kid. So, industry, probably
probably no.
don't.
Yeah.
Probably don't. I maybe try out Industria and see if it's better. Having not played it, I don't really know what to say about that. Somebody wants to send us a copy of Industria to review.
We'd be happy to review it.
Well, I don't know if happy is the right word.
We would
review it. And then we would probably mention Industry in the process.
Yeah. Do you have what recommendation would you give people for a different industry game rather than this?
Industrial Waste was
Sure.
a bidding game that was kind of similar in that everybody can bid once or pass.
Sure.
It's way better.
Yeah.
And way more thematically interesting. This doesn't have the theme is just your building industry, and it's like it's better.
Oh, I didn't talk about the other thing that's miserable about this game. That mechanic of, okay, now you're the person who makes all the wood, and everybody has to pay you when they get wood.
Mm-hmm.
But like a minute later, no one ever needs wood again.
Because we've advanced in technology, and now we're not building our factories out of wood. We're building them out of
steel
and
computers and like, oh man, that was miserable. So I have revised my statement to be, yes, completely miserable industry. You can put it on the back of the box.
Does your rating change at all? But my rating's still 4 because I knew that. So
I completely forgot about that. Maybe down to 3.75.
I think you just need to plan ahead, and if the wood producing factory doesn't come up like immediately, then just don't buy it. Force the auctioneer to take it for free and move on.
Yeah. I don't know. That's bad to me. That's really bad design. That can be the way that goes. That, oh, well, nobody's ever going to need wood for the entire game now that you have the wood factory.
I mean, like, I don't think that's bad design, but because there are other things, like the wood factory is on a river, so you could use it for river scoring.
Yeah.
If you bought it specifically for the purpose of then building all the bonus fields, then that could be, well, there were like 4 ports, so that's 8 points. You get for that thing, even though it has no other functional purpose. So I don't think it's bad design. You just have to understand that that's how the game works and know how to make it work in your favor. But still, I don't want to really... I would play it again, but I don't want to recommend it to people to try. So,
industry! Something about smoking cigars and drinking scotch.
I was gonna quote some lyrics from Industrial Disease.
Oh, that would have been better.
It would have, but now the moment's passed.
I'm gonna go drink scotch.
Felt like I got an Industrial Disease playing Industry.